Hello and welcome to BuzzTV's The Daily News. Welcome. Welcome. Hello and welcome to 3D Buzz's The Daily News for February 19th of 2008, brought to you as always by Side Effect Software. I'm Terry, and before we even jump into the news, we're going to jump right in some updates from, well, today I believe it's from Zach. You guys may know him as the lead instructor for the ADP class. So without further ado, here you go.
Hey guys and gals, it's Zach, and just wanted to give you guys a quick update on what's going on this week. As many of you in the Advanced Digital Production class know, last week we just about wrapped up the concept art for the Knight character. Got really close after about 6 hours and 15 minutes or so worth of video. Going to get that wrapped up a little bit later this week, get the rest of those videos in, and from there we're going to move on and start adding in some environmental imagery so that we can get some of the environments decided upon for the concepts for our animated short. If you are not involved in the Advanced Digital Production class, there's not really a better time to do so. The class itself is actually going to change in its availability. The way it's available right now is about to become radically different. It's not going to be as cheap anymore, and it's going to be impossible to actually get in and participate here very shortly. So if you haven't got on the boat for that and you want to, you might want to do it soon and save yourself a whole bunch of money. From here, once we get the rest of the concept art done, I'm excited to be getting into some storyboards and then really start pushing the 3D element of the production. We've already got one of the models done, but I really want to get the other one worked out and then start doing the UV layouts. I'm excited to get into texturing. And really, I can't wait to see these things in motion. I mean, I sit here and look at the concept art, and I just think to myself, wow, this is going to look great, you know, with the knight running around and swinging his sword and things like that. So a lot of real big stuff on the way this week. Also excited about the new program we've got in place for member sponsors. I'm not going to talk too much about that. I'll let that become clear as you guys keep visiting 3D Buzz. But suffice it to say, there's a lot of really cool stuff coming up for our very much appreciated member sponsors. And really with that, I think that's just about everything I have this week for you. So thank you very much for watching the Daily News, and I'll catch you guys next time.
We are back, and with that, we're going to jump right in some news. MSNBC is ripping Jack Thompson over the NYU claims. As you guys may remember, a poor kid opened fire on a bunch of poor students up there. So, of course, Jack Thompson jumped right on the bandwagon, stating that it was all because of video games. Well, writing for MSNBC, contributor Wenda Benedetti cast a critical eye toward Miami attorney Jack Thompson's claims that the NIU rampage was sparked by a grown man's video gameplay. From her piece, it states that attorney-turned-anti-video game crusader has what can only be described as a breathtaking genius for transforming ghastly national tragedies into shining moments of self-promotion. On Friday, police were still struggling to figure out why, but Thompson had already had it all figured out. It was because of video games. Now, there has been no evidence linking this guy at all to video games, but Jack Thompson claims it is. Now, Thompson has responded to this blast of this woman claiming that he's just, pretty much an ambulance chaser, a glorified ambulance chaser, stating that they have had him on NBC numerous times, but as soon as it comes to MSNBC, they've started this smear campaign because of Microsoft's Xbox. So we'll have to see how this turns out, but more than likely Jack Thompson he's just crazy. He's just turned into a crazy old man just ranting about nothing. So there you go. Mova brings lifelike motion capture to the Unreal Engine 3. Now, if you guys have been keeping up with this, at GDC this year, they have been some motion capture advancements within the past few years that they're trying to actually bring to video games nowadays. Motion capture company Mova, whose contour reality capture system uses an array of cameras to create a 100,000 polygon facial model that are accurate to within a tenth of a millimeter. Well, they were this year at GDC. The company is trying to attract the game industry's attention by unveiling examples of their facial modeling running in real time on the popular Unreal Engine 3. The president says this pushes Unreal Engine 3 to its very limit, but it's a great example and it's about as photoreal as you can get. So it's very, very good looking. I suggest you guys go check it out. It is some awesome. The picture doesn't do it justice. You got to see this thing in motion. It's very cool. Yesterday I brought you a story about there was a rumor that Microsoft was going to be buying Epic Games for $1 billion. Well, today the most vocal of all vice presidents I've ever seen in my life, Mark Rain, has made a response. In an email to Develop, Mark Rain stated, "I have not seen the actual GamePro article, but if they're going to make predictions about us selling Epic, we would prefer it if they started at $2 billion. because we don't want anyone thinking that we're cheap. And then he put a little smiley emoticon thing at the end. Anyway, in previous interviews, including those with Develop, Rain has refused to rule out the possibility of an acquisition, so he didn't flat out deny it. They're just saying, we're not that cheap, guys. But his latest comments suggest that if someone were to make an offer for the studio, ownership of Epic would come at an extremely high price. So, yeah. Havoc upgrades to 5.5, adds cloth and destruction. The Havoc physics engine has been upgraded to 5.5 according to a press release for today. The release includes new enhancements, features dramatically accelerating the development of cross-platform and cutting-edge electronic entertainment. The Havoc animation and Havoc behavior toolsets are also updated to 5.5, and the PlayStation 3 tools are received enhanced collision query optimizations. In a separate press release, Havoc announced Havoc cloth and Havoc destruction, which if you guys haven't seen that in motion, I go check it out because it is very cool. Wild Tangent has unveiled PC games console called the Orb, and Sierra and THQ have pledged support. Wild Tangent today announced Orb, a new PC service aimed at giving a game console experience. Orb will act as a portal for console games, defined here as games designed for Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3, and let you download and play games in its entirety or in play sessions, which will cost you via tokens or free through, the internet, and if you watch the advertisements, it's free, and so there you go. We'll see how this turns out. I've seen a couple of these things try and start it before, and they've not turned out too well. The only most successful one I've seen is Steam, and there's another one that I can't really think of right now. Michael Clark Duncan, Chris Klein are being cast in a new Street Fighter film. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Oh, Lord, a Street Fighter film. Well, this has been in development for a while, and they got a really hot chick to play Chun-Li, so we'll have to see how this turns out. It's got to be better than the last Street Fighter movie. Not the cartoon one. That one's actually kind of cool, but I'm talking about the last live-action one. That was so stupid. Anyway, Variety has unveiled a new cast of members for the upcoming Street Fighter movie, in addition to confirming Kristen Klooks of Smallville role as Chun-Li. That's the chick. She's awesome. The news outlet reports that Chris Klein from American Pie will play Charlie, Nash and Charlie. You guys got to kind of follow the Street Fighter story there. Anyway, Rick Yoon, who's from Fast and Furious, is going to be signed on as Jin. Yeah, that's kind of cool. And Michael Clark Duncan will play Balrog. I guess that'd be the only character he can really play, because Balrog's a huge guy. So with that, also Wolverine casting has been made official. That's kind of cool. This is not so much as it's cool who's playing these characters, it's cool to see which characters are going to be showing up in the Wolverine movie. According to Variety, 20th Century Fox has added 3 more superheroes to X-Men Origins Wolverine. They have Ryan Reynolds set to play Deadpool, who is an awesome character. I really hope they do him really well in this movie. And Friday Night Lights regular Taylor Kitsch is going to star as Gambit, and never cast hip-hop artist. Hip-hop artist Will.i.am will be joining the cast as John Wraith. I am extremely excited to see Deadpool, though. Deadpool, okay, nerd coming out here, but Deadpool is awesome. But I'm not sure about Gambit. I never got into Gambit. Microsoft is aiming to win student developers' hearts with the free dev tools. Microsoft is trying a new tactic to get more students interested in developing for a Windows platform. It's going to give them the development tools for absolutely free. During a talk entitled On Software Innovation and Entrepreneurship and Giving Back at Stanford University on February 19th, Microsoft Chairman Bill Gates is set to unveil the Microsoft DreamSpark program. Via this program, Microsoft will make Visual Studio Professional Edition, both the 2005 and 2008 variants, Expression Studio, its family of design tools, SQL Server 2005 Development Edition, and Windows Server Standard Edition, among other tools available to college students and eventually high school students as well for absolutely free. Now, how are they going to confirm these kids are actually in high school or in college or even a student in general? Well, they're going to make you, of course, sign up just like, you're signing up for Hotmail or something. They have to confirm that you are, in fact, a student. So, yeah, that stuff is probably going to be pirated within 3 days of them releasing that. So anyway, with that, guys, that is the news for the evening. Be sure to check out the site and watch for updates, because there are going to be more coming. So with that, I'll see you guys later.
You want to see it? I don't know if you want to see it. You might not. I mean, it is only the most amazing. It's good stuff. True. We can show it. Do you want to see it? Hello and welcome to BuzzTV's The Daily News. Welcome.
Hello Hello and welcome to 3D Buzz's The Daily News for February 19th of 2008, brought to you as always by Side Effect Software. I'm Terry, and before we even jump into the news, we're going to jump right in some updates from, well, today I believe it's from Zach. You guys may know him as the lead instructor for the ADP class. So without further ado, here you go.
Hey guys and gals, it's Zach, and just wanted to give you guys a quick update on what's going on this week. As many of you in the advanced digital production class know, last week we just about wrapped up the concept art for the Knight character. Got really close after about 6 hours and 15 minutes or so worth of video. Gonna get that wrapped up a little bit later this week, get the rest of those videos in, and from there we're gonna move on and start